Masks are the emblem of the mystery man hero. Think Zorro and Batman. The centerpiece of theatrical costume is in Japanese no plays and Phantom of the Opera. In their cultural context, masks are powerful ceremonial artifacts that obliterate the wearer's personality and change him or her into another being entirely. The age of COVID adds yet another layer of meaning. When breath, the embodiment of life, becomes the carrier of death, a mask becomes literally a matter of life and death. In April 2020, Blanca Cardenas and Carlos Davila, professors of ethnology at the National School of Anthropology and History (ENAH) in Mexico City, invited indigenous artisans in their country to create masks, drawings and other works of art to portray the agent of the pandemic, the coronavirus, through the lens of their traditions. The project, as its title suggests, aims at putting a face on the virus. So far, their collection includes 14 masks of wood and other materials, numerous painted cloth masks, drawings and special cutout figures made of paper. We spoke to Cardenas and Davila by Zoom. The interview is edited for length and clarity. Tell us about the origin of the project and its purpose. Carlos Davila, we wanted to know how indigenous people understand the virus and the pandemic, and the solutions they find, not medical solutions, but how they live with it and how they picture it. How did you recruit these artisans? Blanca Cardenas, artists sell their creations in plazas and open-air markets, but because of the pandemic these venues were closed. They had to find another way of selling. Carlos noticed pictures of them offering their masks on Facebook. He contacted them and would commission a work. Then, when it was safe, he would go to their community to pick it up and interview the artist. What's the creative process like? Davila, the artisans work with different strategies. When we asked one why was he taking so long, he said, "Sorry, I haven't been able to dream." This artist had to dream his mask, because that is how he could enter into the supernatural world. Explain the importance of the supernatural and how the world is understood by these communities. Davila, in many indigenous cultures, time is perceived differently. It's circular, not linear. Many believe the world gets destroyed every now and then regenerates. These masks show the other entities around us, gods, devils, the dead, animals. For us many things are inanimate. But for these cultures, water, mountains, stars and stones have their own spirit. The dead are more alive than we think. Everybody is going to die someday. But a death caused by human consequences, like the virus, is a bad death. They believe that when someone dies of natural causes, they are transformed into a star. When one dies unnaturally, they become infected air. Some think the origin of the virus is the continued aggression to our planet and destruction of nature. They say the earth is crying.